Hey y'all, welcome back to Heirloom Permaculture. There's nothing like a company on the way to get you in the cleanup mode. So we're out here in the garden, just one of several things to get done this morning. We're going to knock down some more of this cover crop. We've covered up some of the stuff that we want to protect from pests. So we've done some work in the coop, hung up some signs, got to clean the herb spiral, still got to up pot some peppers and tomatoes, just about done with that. If you saw on the Instagram feed yesterday, ran out of some materials again, so we're going to get back on that. Things are growing good, so lots of random, what seems like random stuff today, but it's all part of homestead life, right? So you can see the good, bad, and the ugly, and a little bit of the work. No major projects for today, so just kind of where we're at on things right now. So we got to get some more work done in the greenhouse, a little bit out here in the garden. We might find some other things. So y'all stick around and hang out with us. Appreciate it, and might as well get started. Couple big old ground cherries right here.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Saw the mint. I didn't realize there was any ground cherry in there. I figured we'd have some pop back this week. Sorry, wasn't worried about planting any.
Careful. I'm not going to do any more of that till we get that stuff out of the way. So while knocking down the cover crop, found some volunteer stuff coming up in here. So there's some volunteer all these ground cherries from last year. Got 1, 2, 3 at least. There's some mint. We keep mint around the trees. It's just some more good ground cover around there. Helps knock down grass and stuff. We'll knock it down when it starts to get too tall. It smells good. Some more. So you can obviously see there's all kinds of stuff in the cover crop. There's vetch, there's tillage radish, rye, peas, there's clover coming up down in there. It's just kind of getting started. If you look here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 volunteer comfrey. We had a plant here in the past when we did the swales. We dug them up and moved them. The little pieces of root that we missed are coming up, so we'll dig those up, transplant them. And see, got into it right there before I saw it, so but it'll be fine. Again, look at this cover crop. So you've got vetch, which is a good nitrogen fixer. Rye just makes good for organic matter. Good. It's one of the first things to pop up, so it's good in the winter to help cover the ground. The chickens eat it. So there's peas, another nitrogen fixer. There's another comfrey. So even if we just let that comfrey go where it's at and chop and drop it, it's just really good for the soil. You know, something we haven't done for y'all is kind of do a comparison of the soil. Let me grab something here real quick. That's probably a good shaky video. So we'll go to an area that's not in the garden, hasn't been improved as well, but it's, you know, immediately adjacent to the garden, so you can see the difference. All these areas have had wood chips on them, so we've added some organic matter, but obviously others have had more attention than others. So we'll just come right here in the path So garden's right there. This is just the path. Show you the, I can tell how much clay. So the soil quality is not very good. You can't hardly dig in it. Of course, that's a path, we walk on it, but just overall, soil quality is not that good. If we just come a couple of feet up, this is one of the last parts of the garden we were improving. So it's some of the youngest improvements. You can see how much darker, richer, loose it is. So still improving here. Hopefully I got that good for you. If we go up to the oldest part of the garden, I say oldest, one of the earlier parts we were working on. Kind of hard to get to right now. It's all the fencing here. So we come in here. Oh, see the worms. Don't want to get those. This good, loose, rich soil. It's got lots of organic matter. Things do really well. So, and that's let me get you around here where I can see you. So that's just through about really 3 seasons, 3 years of intentional improvements on the soil. We started off with a lot of wood chips. We've done composted hay. We do composted chicken litter from our own barn. We've done straw that we're using for mulch. The chop and drop comfrey, we do that a lot. Like I said, we had the mint in here. We'll chop that, and some people say, you know, the mint's so invasive and all that, and it is. It can take over, but it's how you feel about it. You know, I wouldn't want it in raised beds or something like that, where it just absolutely dominates and destroys what you're trying to do. But in here, you know, if we come through and as soon as it gets going, if it's an area we don't want, we'll cut it down to the ground, or we'll you know, do what we can to knock it back. We'll cover it up, mulch it, and suffocate it and occlude it to where it can't grow, so it can be controlled. You know, if you want something to grow, put a border around it, call it a flower bed, and you know it's going to die. So kind of the same approach, you know. But, so it's doing really well in here, everything. So I guess we get back to work here, knocking down the rest of that cover crop. She's pulling and really going down to the ground with the stuff that's in the beds or where we're growing stuff. We've got the row cover going back over some of the end of the cool season stuff, and we'll finish getting the bed ready for the tomatoes and peppers. And so we got company coming. We'll be sure and show you who that is. A lot of you know who it is, know them, and if you don't, you need to meet them. So let's get back to work. Alright, so by using the sickle here, little weed sweep or whatever you want to call it, we're not trying to kill the cover crop, just trying to knock it down when it starts to get tall and leave all that cutting in place to compost there. It mulches, it covers the soil, so that we don't have to water, retains moisture. It's good organic matter as it breaks down. So you can see just a few minutes, knock down a lot of that stuff. So like I said, she's done a little more detailed work around the plants we're growing, right? So we'll actually get in there and get some of those by the root and actually take those out, leave them in place to compost in place and to break down, but start eliminating some of that competition in the bed. So show you some of the stuff's growing, how it's looking. So, red Russian kale, the Swiss chard, things are looking good. This fig start coming back to life before long. Actually seeing a little bit of green at the base. You can see right there. So there'll be more come up, come off of there. And it gets cut down every year and comes back to about a little over 6 foot tall. So this is new growth last year. So it started just like that. I'll update on the pawpaw. I'll show you that. It'll be kind of hard for you to see, but there's fruit in there. It's about a dozen. This tree is only 4 foot tall. Limbs are kind of small, so we'll watch it closely. And we definitely want fruit off of it, but we don't want to damage the tree. So if it looks like they're getting too big and too heavy, unfortunately we might have to sacrifice them, but we might figure out a way to try to support them. The weight of them could damage the tree. There's one more thing I was wanting to show you. I found in the garden that I hadn't brought up a minute ago. So if we look over here, hey!
Hey!
It's Kira.
Hi everyone.
From That Everyday Kira. So Instagram, YouTube, you need to go check out her stuff. Be sure to subscribe to her channel if you're not already. So what are you doing here?
I'm looking at chickens, I guess. Yeah.
I think we've got a few.
Yeah.
So just come down. We're just getting a little tour of the homestead, the garden and everything, showing the chickens all the different systems and everything. So you've probably seen that little one.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of walking around and talking about everything. So just want to be sure and let you know that they're coming by, and you got to go check out her channel. So the family's here. So if you're not subscribed already, be sure and do it. I'm sure most of you are, but if not, go show some love. So we're going to keep walking around the garden here. All right, so in the midst of going through and picking out some chickens here for Kira, we got talking about clipping wings and realized that we've never put in one of our videos just how to do it. So we're going to do that today. We're going to show Kira how, and we're also going to show you how. So we're just going to clip the wing on one of these hens here. So
you want to take the wing and spread it out. And first of all, you want to hold the chicken, kind of keep them calm. Keep the other wing tucked in, keep them comfortable. They're going to behave a lot better for you. Then spread out this wing. And right here you can see where there's a second layer of feathers. You just want to cut right up to that. You want to cut these big flight feathers, but only on one wing. If you cut both wings, they can still fly. So just cut one wing, it's going to set them off balance. Doesn't hurt them at all. It's kind of like trimming your nails, cutting your hair. It's not going to hurt the chicken one bit. It's just going to keep them from being able to fly out of wherever you want them. And that's it. It's really easy. Just one wing. And she's good.
So when you say do only one wing, you're talking only one side of the wing?
Yeah, you only clip one side. That way they're off balance when they try to fly. Now they can still get away from predators or whatever, but they can't get up over a fence. Yeah. So if you do both wings, they can't fly high and long distance, but they can still get enough lift to get over the fence or whatever.
Because
so
then they're even.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So just want to throw that in here real quick, and we're gonna get back to sorting out some chickens here.
Chicken math right now.
Yeah, Kira.
Seriously, I came for like 3 or 4 chickens.
Kira's suffering from chicken math, so
it's multiplied very quickly. They're all so beautiful.
I don't know if the voice of reason is going to help.
No,
she can only
there
take
is
so
no
many,
voice of
but
reason.
y'all know how it is.
There is no voice of reason.
Here, I should probably do that actually. What's that? Oh, pictures? Oh, yeah.
So have you had any luck on the car search?